What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. You're watching Car Good, and today we're back in Greenville with another car review. Today's car happens to be the 2022 BMW iX. If you guys are unfamiliar with the BMW iX, this is BMW's newest electric SUV, following their lineup of the i3, the i4, the i8. All models like that, but this one happens to be an SUV. Of course, when you start this thing up, you get a nice welcome noise, but there's no startup sound since this thing is an electric car. Let's take a look at your lighting, which I'm not the biggest fan of in Greenville. You can see these are your running lights in the back that are always on, which is a little bit disappointing. I wish they were clear, like in the real car, like this, all the time, unless you hit the brakes, but it's whatever. And when you turn on the headlights, you can see nothing changes, so that's a little bit annoying. But here are your headlights, your turn signals in the front. Of course, you have mirror turn signals and turn signals in the back. Your brake lights are, of course, pretty small. And then your reverse lights are down here at the bottom. The horn is a pretty basic sounding horn. The driving feel on this iX is actually quite nice. It handles, I wouldn't say like a sports car, but it definitely doesn't handle like you're driving a big, large SUV like this thing is. While this isn't a 3-row SUV, which would be pretty cool, it is still a 5-seater with quite a bit of practicality behind that second row. Top speed on this thing is going to be 148 miles per hour, of course with one gear. And braking is not terrible, but it's not the greatest. Let's get a 0 to 60 test going on this thing. 3, 2, 1, go. And 60. About 3.69 seconds, which it is faster than most other SUVs in Greenville, and for good reason. It is an electric SUV, so that off-the-line torque is insane, and pushes this heavy beast off the line quite fast. Obviously, you may be able to find some faster SUVs along the line, but this definitely does not disappoint. And I forgot to mention how I had this thing built. I haven't done a car review in a while. So this is in the performance-based M60 trim in Storm Bay Blue Metallic, and with the 22-inch Aero Dark bicolor wheels. These are an optional wheel. They don't come standard, but they look pretty good paired with your blue brake calipers there hiding behind this wheel. The styling on the iX is controversial, of course, as with any car, styling is controversial. I personally think it looks very good, very attractive, but other people are not the biggest fans of those kidney grills, or those. If there's one thing I don't like about this thing, it's these little triangles that come along the side here. I'm not sure what the point of those is. It looks a little funky, and I think they could have done a little better with the front end styling. But the back end looks very attractive, and they don't look terrible in the front. I like the design in the grille, and all of the detail of the model from these developers at Greenville. BMW and the Greenville developers all did a good job. There is your pedestrian warning sound if you go into reverse there, just so you don't run anybody over or everybody sees you. Now let me just turn my volume off. To find the BMW iX, of course, there are multiple ways. I like to go to BKM Electric and SUVs, and it's the first one here, BKM e-Proton. This thing used to have a different name, in case you guys were wondering. Ton of different trims available. Shadowline Signature Blue, Sport Copper, M60 Copper, Sport, and M60. The most expensive trim is the M60 Copper, which is $106,000, but this thing starts pretty cheap at around $83,200. A pretty good selection of colors available. My favorites would definitely be the Stormbait Blue and the Sophistico Gray. Those both look really good. And if there was any other trim I would get, it would probably be the Sport trim. It's pretty cheap, and it's not really much slower, I don't think, than the M60. In Greenville, it says 350 horsepower, but I'd have to check. I'm not sure if that's accurate. 348 miles is pretty accurate for real-life range. 3,700 pounds all-wheel drive, and you can seat 5 people, as I mentioned earlier in the video. The BMW iX is definitely a controversial car. Many people do not like it, and I understand that. It doesn't look amazing, but the performance is super nice, and the interior is also super nice. So I think it's a great package. Plus you're getting the practicality and the range of a solid electric car. With all that said though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button, please consider subscribing. Go join the Discord server, MC Car Kid fan server. The link will be in the description and in the comments. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.